All right, we're going to go to the lines. We have a lot of people on them, Chris, and so let's get right to it, starting with Eric in Johnstown. Eric, what's up?
Not much, Bob. Thanks for taking my call. I'm glad to see the Pirates are off to a good start this season. Been after what happened with the Penguins this year, but I want to know what the penalty is for this pitcher now. I like this that they didn't put a clock on, but what's the penalty if they don't pitch that ball in time?
You just give up a ball. And if you're a batter and you're dillying around, you get a strike called against you. And it could be a third strike to end the inning.
Or a fourth ball to walk in a run.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen that yet. Have you seen that?
Game is tied.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen a critical play like in the bottom of the ninth.
I've not seen a situation where the game is tied or something like that in the bottom of the ninth. The bases are loaded, full count on the batter, and the pitcher incurs a violation. That you would have to believe that percentages-wise, no matter how cognizant of it they will be, that's eventually going to happen. And I, for one, am waiting for a game to end that way. Oh, baby, the rules are right there. The clock is right there for you. But the minute it happens, I promise you the offending party is going to make a Lou Piniella tirade look like nothing.
Brian in North Huntington joining us right now. Hey, Brian.
Hi, how you doing, gentlemen?
Good, thanks.
Hey.
Okay, I've been hearing all your colleagues on the fan for the past 2 weeks talking about who the Steelers are going to take in the first round. A lot of the talk has been about tackle. A lot of the talk has been about wide receiver. Now that we're on the post side of the Allen Robinson deal, I think the Steelers are going to fool everyone. I think they're going to take the big tight end, Darnell Washington. I think they got to give Pickett some weapons. I want to hear your thoughts.
I would say zero chance of that happening. Maybe.
I think there's a chance that they would take him. I think there's zero chance they'd take him at 17. I think if he's
right. Well, I think he was asking about first round, right? I thought that's what his question was.
No, yeah. If he's saying first round, there's no way. I mean, he's not a first round graded guy.
Good player.
At least not what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could go at, you pick him at 49 because he truly is the best player on your board at that point. I think people are going to be upset about it here, but the guy's a run-blocking menace. Everything they've done seems to gear towards trying to become a power running team. And there are people that think, Bob, this is what gives me pause, before I would, crush the move to draft him at 49. There are people who think he was criminally underutilized in Georgia's passing game because they frankly didn't really need him. And obviously Brock Bowers is going to be a top 15 pick next year when he's eligible to come out. At 17, absolutely not. At 49, you think they'd probably at least think about it.
Yeah, I would at that point, absolutely. But I also, in the first round, I think they have their eyes on a couple of positions, and I think we've been talking a lot about them. Let's go to Shirley in New Kensington. Shirley, what's up?
Well, I've heard that the Pirates are announcing their Hall of Fame for this year, and I just wanted to say that was a great presentation last year, and the people they selected for this year I think are also fabulous. I just wish they would have included Vernon Law.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. I'm glad to see Dick Groat. I wish they would have done Dick Groat last year. There are a lot of guys you have to wonder, they're getting up there in age, and if you're going to do it, I'd rather have them be part of it and see it as opposed to doing posthumously. I hate to say that, but, that's the truth, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it is the passage of time. I'm with you, though. I would like to see, I think especially, you'd like to see it if the team now ends up starting to be good again, routinely. You'd like that connection between a present competitive team and guys who are part of the best teams of the past because your fan base is still there. There's still a lot of people, to Shirley's point, that grew up watching some of these players that they are seeing inducted. And, yeah, you'd like them to be alive, obviously. I mean, look what happened. We knew he was in failing health, maybe not that bad, but I'm sure they intended to have Willie Stargell around for a lot longer. And there's a legend who was gone way before his time. So I'm with you on that.
George in Greensburg is with us right now. Hey, George.
Hey, I just wanted to see what you guys thought about Gonzalez's his pitching tonight. He got a standing ovation and stuff, and he didn't even acknowledge the people, the fans back by doing a tip of the hat or a wave or anything. I thought that was very rude of him.
Gonzalez, Contreras, I didn't pay much attention to what he was doing. I was up in the press box. I saw the ovation. I thought it was well-deserved. Chris, do you put anything on that? No tip of the hat? I'm one of those people that I would always like to see that. I'd like to see some acknowledgement, but some people just don't do it.
I can't believe that Pirates starter Rick Gonzalez didn't tip his cap and acknowledge the crowd. Sure, it's nice when a guy does and acknowledges it, but can people also maybe believe that he's a super competitive dude who wanted to get through 7 innings full and he didn't get that job done, and maybe that's what he's still locked in on? Yes, but man, you want to talk about somebody who sounds really fun at parties. What was that guy's name just now? Was it George?
George, yeah.
Yeah, fun guy at parties. The Pirates won their 4th straight. They're 13-7. I'm really hacked off that the starting pitcher didn't doff his cap to the crowd when he was walking off the mound. My God.
I will say this: he did not seem happy with that decision, and I understand it. He gave up a bloop hit in the center field, and Shelton took him out, and that would turn out to be the right move. But he's a competitive guy. He wanted to stay in, and I saw that in his face. At least that's how I interpreted it. So good for him. They need more of those kind of guys. By the way, down there in the farm, Luis Ortiz is pitching really well. Quinn Priester is doing the same. They got some guys who sooner or later you would think are going to get a call up because of an injury or anything else. So that's also good to see. Okay, now I want to ask you real quick before we go to break. Dylan Brooks, LeBron James. Last night I was watching that and I couldn't believe Dylan Brooks. It's one thing to play good defense. He's a very good defensive player. He doesn't score a lot. But to hear him afterwards talk about he's old and he basically doesn't respect anyone who doesn't score 40 on him, I tell you, I would be careful of what he said, because I think LeBron now is going to do that. At age 38, he's averaging 30 points a game. Don't be surprised. He poked Big Bear.
I always like reading those stories about like guys who went at prime Michael Jordan. Like, remember the infamous LaBradford Smith who gave Jordan the business, scored a bunch, then said it wasn't, easy work. Jordan just destroyed him. Well, that's prime Mike. Does Dylan Brooks try this if he's going up against 26 or 27-year-old LeBron? I doubt it. And by the way, for the record, Bob, I know we're pressed for time here on this. If somebody did that to 38-year-old Michael Jordan, I really don't think there would have been much chance that 38-year-old Jordan actually went off and did that, which is a testament to how insane it is that LeBron is still as good as he is, and he's 3 months older than I am right now. And lastly on this, I think Brooks might well get away with it, because you know what the real story for me was? No Morant, no problem. That team looks like they play better when their best player isn't in the lineup, which is just bizarre.
They've done that, and no Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they won too, which I was a little surprised by that. So we'll see. No Draymond Green tonight. Sacramento could go up 3-0. We'll get an update on that. We have more coming up right here. In the meantime, we'll take a break. When we come back, try to squeeze in Cosmo. Is that Cosmo from the? I'd like a Cosmo right now. Okay, we'll do that when we come back right here on the Sports Call.